Hey YouTube, coming at you with a tryhard team from my end. Started for Alligator, Greeting, Charge Bug, of course, way too many electric, so I switched to Swampert. Because I think if you want a Mudboy in this meta, and after the Scald nerf, I think if you just want to go straight Hydro on a lot of these, like straight Water move on a lot of these things, like Swampert's probably the better Pokemon to use at this point. So then I moved to Swampert, but Greedent and Charge Bug in the back. So a balanced team essentially. Like front's weak to grass, so Charge Bug can deal with most grass in this meta, and then Green as your safe swap. So let's take a look at some battles, see how the team plays out. So obviously this is a great lead. So you'll have like 4 for Alligators and then like 5 or 6 Swamperts here. I assume it's just the Poison Fang. It comes pretty quick and hurts. And they try and catch on a Mantine, but now I just get this hard punish here. Well, it's not like the hard punish because they still hit neutral with all their moves. I'm half bug, so that is neutral. So I will just commit to the farm down, but I will be taken very, very, very low. But coming out with 100 energy just seems worth it, even though I'm taking this low. So that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. But we'll start firing these X scissors or discharge if this comes in. Fortunately, we'll only get 1 off, but 1 off should be take this low enough, and they have to shield. Yeah, Salazzle is so glassy. So 2 and a throw here. This will take out, so they may try and shield, but if they do, I should get another move off. Nice catch on the Jellicent. But unfortunately for you, I now have a Greedent in the back. Let's see if it's Bubble. A lot of people are running Bubble Jellicent now. It's not a bad play with all the normal typings. Again, there's still a ton of Charge Bugs and stuff, but with all the normal typings around, running Bubble Jellicent is not the worst idea. But I have a Greedent, which is very spammy, and with Crunch. So there's my second Pokemon. If you watch the Diggersby video, I mentioned Giraffe was one of my normal typings. Greedent is my second normal typing on my all normal typing team. So that is coming up soon. I went 5-0 with it and got to like the 23 something range. So that's where I am as of Saturday morning. This is Friday morning. Friday morning. It feels like Saturday. This is gonna go up like on Tuesday or something. So like 4 days ago, I was at 2300 with an all normal team, which is coming up. Okay, Trevenant lead. This is a good lead because just these claws just do so much. I'm gonna CMP on the first one here, knowing I will outpace to the next one too. So this is totally fine, just shielding and getting 1 off here. And if they shield, which I think they do, I end up just going Hydro before they get to their Seed Bomb, which is great. This is a good matchup for Alligator. I know it's a water, but it's not how it works. Nice catch on the Jellicent. Holy smokes. Okay, well, probably go chart. Like, I'm going to farm first. So I'm farming first, and then I'm going Greedent. Yeah. So I was farming first to get the energy back. I was seeing whether this was a Hex or Bubble Jellicent, and that makes a difference for what I want to go in with. If it was a Hex, I resisted on Greedent, so I'll go in with Greedent. If it was a Bubble, I would probably go Charge a Bug and just Volt Switch as much as I can. So that's fine. I'm taking these Surfs. Hex are resisted. I'll farm up a bit. I've got shield advantage now. They have a second move. That's okay. I'm very tanky. Get this Crunch off to take this out. And hopefully I can get to a Body Slam here, but I'm pretty low, so I may not be able to. Oh, if you have a Shadow Claw resisted, so bringing 2 Ghost first, 3 Ghost. Okay, that's. I mean, at least that Ghost doesn't have a fast move that is also Ghost, but it is definitely a decision to bring in Ghost typing into a meta dominated by normal typings. Venusaur. So Sludge Bomb neutral, X Scissor neutral, fast moves both of us resisted. Venusaur very glassy. I should be able to take a Sludge Bomb. Yeah. So now it's just how many X can I get to the 3rd X Scissor, or does this chip enough, or am I gonna grab a shield? They let go. Not gonna chip enough. Gotta take out. Here, this puts them in a kind of awkward position. They're going to lose switch back here. which is fine because now I can have my Feraligatr on this. And they come in with Toxapex. So Mud Shot super effective, but it's not like a fast, a hard-hitting move. It's a fast charging move. So mostly it's just this Mud Shot Body Slam combo here. So take a Sludge Wave, that's fine. Sludge Wave is a lot of energy to get to, so I'll get off at least 2 more Body Slams, and then once I get off 2 more Body Slams, I think the damage is done. That Feraligatr can sweep the rest need be. Plus, getting ahead on energy with Feraligatr is not the worst, and that's probably why I'm just going to farm down here. Okay, my Switch Clock is almost up. Okay. If my Switch Clock was not... So my Switch Clock is up. If my Switch Clock was not up here, let's say we weren't spamming fast charge moves at each other constantly here. If my Switch Clock was not up here, let's say I had like 50% left, I would not throw a move here. I would just farm and force them to throw a move, because one of my potential only lose cons here is I farm them down. Their Talonflame comes in and gets an Incinerate worth of energy, and then they can outpace me, potentially get back-to-back flies to take me out. So I'm not going to allow that to happen, but my Switch Clock, I'm like, Switch Clock is done. By the time I throw this Body Slam, it will be over. I can swap to Feraligatr, start getting back the energy here, and then they come in here with the Talon, right? But by this point, I already have energy, and they just burn their last shield. So take that out. Yeah, just shield up any move here. Just a Brian, but okay. I don't know how much energy they had, so that's why I'm throwing. Because, you know, counting. Okay, great lead. Credilli is tough, but I'm going to throw Hydro because it's half rock, so this is neutral. So I just want to chip here, and then I'll probably go into Greedent. And they shield. That's okay. I would have rather that registered, because if that hit, I could have easily taken Switch. So now I'm going to mirror those shields, because I really want to get my Feraligatr back on that Skeledirge and not have my Charge Bug on it. But this thing charges fast. Greedent charges fast too, but these Grass Knots are definitely chipping a bunch. Get off the crunch here. Probably not enough to take out. So I'm going to have to go Body Slam, and this is where it gets tricky. Because if I let this go and potentially go down here, I'll have 1 HP to get the Body Slam off. Hopefully the Body Slam takes out. Although they're going to get a lot of Incinerate damage if they do. So they shield. So clearly they want to not... And 2 things happen here. Yeah, okay. So 2 things happen here. 1, I just lost Switch. So my Charge Bug now needs to see a Fire Pokemon, which is a terrible situation to be in. The second issue is they're loaded with energy, so now I have to use my only shield, what is now going to be terrible alignment, right? So have to burn the shield, farm down, now get the bad alignment, and hello Ferrothorn, and now I get bad alignment on the front end too. So I'm going to Ice Beam this, try and come out with a little bit of energy, instant swap to Charge Bug, but then like try and catch on Charge Bug here. But now I just have bad alignment. They can just farm a bunch and come out with some moves. Plus they got moves loaded on that. So losing that mid game there was rough for me. Maybe I probably should have fought harder for it there. Because like, you know, this is on the lead. And if this is on the lead, they probably have an answer in the back to Water Pokemon. And they had 2 answers. So probably my bad for not fighting for Switch a little harder there. So that's where, so Swampert comes in. I'm using a non-Shadow Swampert. I didn't actually look at the analysis, but I just felt like Shadow Swampert is not going to one-shot Vigoroth, Charge-a-Bug, or half of the other Pokemon in this meta. Right? There's no like real ground or something where like a Shadow Hydra will one-shot. But 2 Hydros from a normal will pretty much one-shot everything I just mentioned there. Charge Bug, Vigoroth, that. So for me, there was no point of giving up that extra damage that you get from the Shadow if you still need to throw 2 Hydros anyways. So that's why I'm using the non-Shadow Swampert. This team, I saw this team multiple times. I'm sure Content Creator put it out. I mean, I think I saw someone just showcase this team. I forget who it was. Maybe it was Ionic. Showcase this double confusion team. If anyone's used Oranguru, this is why it's kind of funny when you see these teams. I get the concept behind it. But there is a big difference between Shadow Giraffe and Oranguru. And you can't even look at the typings. So you can't even look at the typings because PB Poke has Shadow Giraffe as double kick, which you should not use. You should use Confusion. I've already shown the difference between the 2 moves. We're going against a Vigoroth. So double kick Shadow Giraffe is 123, and I think it's probably higher than that when you put on the Confusion. Oranguru is ranked 229, and it really fails with not having that. It's bulky. It's a very bulky Pokemon. 131 defense, 139 stamina, 110 attack. But it just lacks from 1, the shadow bonus, the shadow damage bonus that you get from Shadow Giraffe. So when you're doing a fast move, primarily damage team, it's not great. And then your charge moves, Foul Play, non-stab, 45 energy, which it takes a little bit to get to because you're using a slower energy generating move of Confusion. That also hits pathetically 1.56 damage per energy, 70 damage for only 45 energy. So it's not a good Pokemon to use. It's ranked like 230. And a content creator showcased this Pokemon, this team, and I saw it like multiple times so far. And I'm like, this is truly the power of content creators, that any team they showcase, even if it's like not good, people just like see the team and immediately play it. They don't like watch videos, do any of that stuff. So it's just like, it's watch full video or like understand like the strengths of what's happening. So it's just like, come on. Like, you should like look at the rankings. Sorry, one sec here. So Greedent takes it out. Pidgeot, I hate going against Pidgeot. So I'm going to get to the first move, which will chip a lot. Let's see if they shield or not. Even if they don't shield, okay, they do shield, which makes it potentially easier for me to let this go. Because now, if they bait me, I'm in an okay situation where I can still chip. I mean, severely lowered Hydros, but still Hydros. Geez, that does nothing. Whereas if they let the first Hydro go and they're at a Brave Bird, then it's like a true bait game. So I'm going to bank that Hydro. Knowing that I'm up a shield, just come in here. Again, you should not be coming in. Like, I just called out a new player for making this exact play, calling it a rookie mistake. And it is a rookie mistake to go into your hardest counter immediately when they should have an answer, right? So they're playing with the Pidgeot. They're going to have an electric answer. Most electrics in this meta there's some Lantern, but nah, not really. Most are Galvanish Charge Bug, which means they're going to be a fire to answer it. So why would you go into your hardest answer when they have an answer in the back? 100% old me. But it's a little different when you're up a shield. Like, I wouldn't go straight into my hardest answer if we're both at even shield, even energy, because then you're just set up for failure. But if you're loaded with energy on your first Pokemon and you're up a shield, it makes it a little easier to make that jump into this. Because again, I got a head on energy. I got a discharge off. I grabbed a shield. So now they're down 2 shields. So now I can like combo this with the rest of my team. And they're potentially going to have to throw, so I'm going to get to a move here. So I have to like, let this go. I do have a Hydro loaded, so I wouldn't be surprised if I come in and try and get it off. Yeah, I do, but they also have a move, so we'll CMP. That's fine. The energy has done its work. They get a shield from me, but I'll take out their full Pokemon. I'm going to instant swap to Greedent here because I do not want to get switch locked on Pidgeot where they could potentially lower my attack again. So here it is. Feather Dance or Brave Bird. I think I call Feather Dance bait because they just did it 3 times, like 2 times in a row already. So why wouldn't they do a 3? And now a Charge-a-Bug, which is very bulky. And my attack is severely lowered. So basically what needs to happen here is I need to burn the switch clock and reset this lowering of my attack on Swampert. But they're loaded with energy. So I'm going to have to shield 1. They still may get a second move off. My switch timer is not up. I need to live and I need to get out and reset here. So that is exactly what's going to happen. I'm resetting. Unfortunately, they get 2 volt switches through, so they're probably going to get to a move here. Yeah. So it's kind of a tricky situation when you when your attack is lowered so much. And then like for Alligator, it may have been better there because it would have just gone down in 1 volt switch and then they wouldn't have had so much energy. But tough situation when you just get Feather Danced a bunch. So mirror match. My AVs are pretty low on the attack, so I would not be surprised if I lose CMP coming up here on the next one. So we're both going to throw the Hydro right away, and I wouldn't be surprised if I lose. I got like a 0 attack one. Yeah, so that's not surprising. So I'll shield, they'll shield. Again, this is the easiest catch in the game. Unfortunately, the catch still needs to be on Greedent, which is going to take chip, but this is the easiest catch in the game. You're both going to go to CMP. They're going to throw because they know they win. I will catch on Greedent. It's easier if you have a Pokemon that resists the move, like Grass or something, because that's an easy catch, but I don't, so I just have to eat it on the Greedent. So spamming some body slams here. When I go down, it's obviously coming in to charge a bug and just getting ahead on energy here. I'm almost hoping I get one more move off, and I do. It looks like on CMP too. So I'll throw. They're going to be CMP'd, so they'll throw. It's now just full switching down. If they go Brine, I probably have to shield up a Sludge Wave because they are loaded with energy. So if I'm going to commit to the farm down, which I am, I got to shield up a Sludge Wave because it will really hurt. So committing to the farm down, have energy coming out. I got a Hydro on Swampert that I banked. They're coming in their Swampert. I've already got 2x Scissors, so I would be surprised after I caught their energy if they keep this alive. Unless you're going to do a back-to-back catch. So, yeah, it's a decent catch. I'm only going to get to 1 move, so I think that Earthquake will take this out. As opposed to the Hydro, which would not. And now they're going to have to throw because Mudshot's not going to take me down, and then I can get to a Volt Switch to take this out. So there we go there. Pelipper, terrible lead. Like, I have to come Greedent, right? You can't come your hardest answer right away. They're double weak to Electric. Of course they're going to have an answer to Electric. You got to come in with your Stay Swap, even though this is not a good matchup, right? Mudshot's resisted. Wing attack neutral, so like and they're just as spammy, so it's not going to be a great matchup there. So they chip me and now get like alignment here. It's not alignment, but it's enough after they chip me that they know they can take switch, sort of thing. So like when do you just go into your another matchup versus when do you chip? You chip in a situation where your Charge-a-Bug would have like an evenish matchup at best against Greedent. But if I chip with Pelipper, then I'm in a pretty comfortable situation. So I'll take this X Scissor. I'm I don't think I can mud shot down before they get to another move. So I'm going to CMP. This stupid freaking game. I'm positive I pressed the button, but okay. So I did CMP there. I would have saved a shield. I would have had a lot more health. Or no, I used my shield, but now I got to come in. Shields down. It doesn't matter. I got hard countered anyways. Okay, this is just basically hard countered. Nothing I could truly do, but yeah, very frustrating. I am noticing a lot more lag recently. And I don't know if that coincides with just like all these global Go Fests going on, right? I'm sure there's a lot of freaking Pokemon Go bandwidth being used right now at Go Fest. But yeah, I've noticed a ton of lag and like frame drops and stuff like that. It's a bad state right now. It's not the worst state it's been. that's such the sad part. It's not even the worst state the game has ever been. So it's still not good and not anything that a normal like player base would stand for. But it's like not the worst, and we know what it's like, so we just deal with it, which is such a bad mentality, right? But that's the state of GBL, right? Pokemon Go does not care about like Niantic doesn't care about this. Niantic does not care about Pokemon or about GBL, so they CMP here, smart CMP. Cannot quite voltage down those long-term moves. A little rough. I think we have one more battle here. Okay. Decent lead. Right? This is where well, unless they just go Mud Bomb. They are going Mud Bomb because they threw Red on 5-2. So this is just a Mud Bomb. Non-Shadow Swampert and non-Shadow Whiscash. Will a Mud Bomb do 50%? I doubt it. I'll probably do like 40. Yeah, so I should be able to live one more. We CMP there, but they're going to outpace me because it's... Oh no, it's both 5-4-5 for both. So I will outpace. I am shielding though, because I don't want to get like farmed down and sniped or something. So I'm going to just farm them down, take switch, come out with the Hydro. Hello, Toxapex. I am baiting here because I feel like this is worth the bait, because they know I'm loaded with energy. So I'm going to force... This forces them just to throw early, as opposed to if I threw the Earthquake, they could farm a bit more. So this forces them to throw. That's fine. I now have Charge Bug for this. So get the Charge Bug in there. I wouldn't be surprised if I chip before I dip. Yeah, it's the exact same thing that happened last matchup, right? Greedent, Charge Bug, kind of an evenish matchup. So if you go straight in there, it's sort of like whatever, like tricky. Will I win? Will I not win? So I think it's just worth chipping there, and then you can get your Charge Bug back onto the... You get your Charge Bug back onto the Toxapex, and you may even like chip a bit with Mud Shot and Body Slam here. So throwing a second one. Again, this thing's spammy, so you're getting a lot of charge move, which actually burns the switch clock faster, right? So I'm going to throw another move here. And then try and get out, because it's like my third or fourth one. So switch timer is probably up. So now I chipped it. So now it's just Volt Switch X Scissor Rain, because Volt Switch is going to add up and do enough damage on its own. So don't even need to go Discharge. It's just straight X Scissor. It is resisted, but again, just so much damage being dealt. Now once you bait that one, you get to the second, like both moves on the second time. So we'll get that off for the win. Anyways, that is it. That's a team. Yeah, I like all three pieces of this team, quite honestly, right? I like Swampert. I've always liked Swampert since like season 1. It's always been one of the best Pokemon. Really went away with all these other water Pokemon, Feraligatr, Poliwrath, Whiscash, Quagsire. So it's not being used as much. It's still pretty strong. And then Greedent's like, you got your spamminess with Greedent, which gives you a little better coverage on like Charge Bug as opposed to Charge Bug and Jellicent and Trevenant, right? Because you have the crunch for those ghosts, and you have Mud Shot as opposed to resisted counter for Charge Bug. So it's not bad from that perspective. And then Charge Bug is Charge Bug, right? It is everywhere in this meta. So that is it. That's a team. And we'll keep this going. So thanks for watching. It's definitely fixed by now because someone brought this someone brought this to my attention on Friday. It is now like probably Tuesday or something when this video goes up, or maybe even later. No, wait, Monday or Tuesday. Maybe Sunday. I don't know when that's going up. Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. Someone brought to my attention that my link in the description for the submissions was not working. I saw that. I edited it. I fixed it now, so it should be working. So that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.